up guys, and welcome back for another video here on the channel. Last video we talked about Tenerife's island, and on today's video we're going to be talking about Paris. On this video I will talk about the airline that I have at my airport that goes to Paris. I will talk about my travel experience in Paris, and of course some fun facts about this city. So if you're planning on making a trip to Paris in the near future, here are some things you need to know before traveling to Paris. I wish you a great video. So to kick off this video today, we're going to be starting a little bit different. Today we're going to be showing first of all the aircrafts that I have, French aircrafts that I have that operate from my airport or to Paris or somewhere else, and the actual national company that is Air France. So I'm going to be starting with the company called La Compagnie. It's an airline that normally operates from Orly to New York, but on my airport it does the exact same route but from Lisbon to New York. Here she is, this really nice model aircraft, La Compagnie. Most people don't know really this airlines, but it's a really nice aircraft. Now they actually have the A321neo, if I'm not mistaken, or the long range, but really nice looking aircraft that you may just discover now. The second one is actually an airline that no longer exists, but you can still find the livery in Charles de Gaulle or even in Orly. This company was a low-cost airlines for a short-term time, but Air France decided to finish them and put it all into one. So that aircraft is exactly June. It belongs to Air France, but you can still find this livery flying around, but sooner or later they will paint all the airlines into Air France liveries. So talking about Air France, here she is. It's the A321 livery from Air France. National airlines of the country. You can travel with them from Charles de Gaulle or Orly to Lisbon, or even from other places, but since we're talking about Paris, this is where you can catch the flight. And since we're talking about Air France, I want to talk to you about some fun facts about Air France. Air France was founded in 1933, and by the year of 1948, Air France was already the largest company in the world, operating 130 aircrafts at that time. That's a huge amount of aircrafts for that time. Did you know that Air France was the first airline as well to fly the Airbus A300? Yeah, that's true. A300 was the first one by Air France. Air France also operated for the first time the A320 and the Boeing 777-300ER, and as well they operated for the first time the Boeing 777F for ferry flights. So yeah, that's another thing to know about Air France. Another thing about them is that they were the largest company that had the biggest amount of A318s, the little baby bus. Yeah, there you go. One thing about Air France as well is that back in times they used to have the Concorde, as you know, and Pepsi offered them a proposal of having a livery, all Pepsi, and they actually made that livery in cooperation with Air France, and I'll give you a picture here of that livery, and that was in 1996 that happened. So you might have seen it, you might have not seen it, but it's true. It's damn true. So let's get going to the next thing, and we're going to be talking about fun facts in Paris. So, thinking about visiting Paris, everyone has a guidebook when they're going on tourism to a certain place. If you don't have it, you have done a research on the internet, what to see, what to visit, what to expect. but for sure there's stuff that is not written in the books and you'll have to do some research. Here are some 10 facts that will blow your mind, make you curious, or make you want to visit Paris in the near future. So to kick off these 10 facts, we'll start with the heart of Paris, the Eiffel Tower. It was built in 1898 and it was supposed to be only a temporary built. The tower was aimed for the World's Fair, and 20 years after it was supposed to be demolished. But as the time was passing, as it was being a big structure, people started to visit this tower and it started to be really popular. So they decided to keep this tower, and now it's one of the most visited places in the heart of Paris. So, have you been driving in Paris? Have you noticed there's basically no stop signs in the city center? Well, it's normal, because in Paris there's only one stop sign in the entire city, and it actually is at the exit of a building company drive. So this is located in the 16th arrondissement, and normally in Paris you apply the rule of at the right first. So if you're at the right, you'll have priority. So if you want to visit this stop sign and take a picture and say, hey, I'm at the only stop sign in Paris, go ahead and take a picture of that, because that is a fun fact about the city of Paris. Have you ever thought about getting a taxi in Paris? Yeah? You can't find one? It's normal. Well, in Paris it's really hard to find a taxi. You might be lucky and get a taxi, you might not be lucky and not get a taxi. Because did you know, to have the driving lessons to be a taxi driver in the city center of Paris, you have to pay 200,000 euros to get that license. That's why normally on Saturday nights, if you walk in the city of Paris, you'll find some group of people trying to fight for a taxi, because they're so rare that it is really hard to get one. So you're walking in Paris, suddenly you're on this bridge, and you start to see this wonderful sightseeing, but suddenly you read the name of the bridge and it's called Pont Neuf. What does that mean in English? New bridge. But you go to see the date of that bridge and it's super old. Yeah, that's true. The name of the bridge is called New Bridge, but it's actually the oldest bridge in Paris. So if you're stepping on that bridge, you can feel lucky. You are stepping on the new bridge back in time. So you're walking in Paris with your loved one and you want to put your locker on that beautiful locker bridge that you can find in Paris, and then throw your key into the water. Well, unfortunately, is no longer possible. The bridge is still there, but the lockers have been removed. Because of the weight, there was nearly 1 million keychains in there, so more or less 45 tons of metal on that bridge. For safety reasons, they decided to remove all the lockers, and for safety now it is not permitted to put lockers on that bridge. So, walking in Paris and suddenly feeling in New York? Well, no, I'm not lying. You actually can find the Statue of Liberty in Paris. So you're walking through Paris and you suddenly see the Statue of Liberty, you're like, am I in New York? No, you're not in New York. At the Pont de General, you can find a little Statue of Liberty that actually is at the exact same position as you were in New York. So if you're facing the Statue of Liberty in New York, you'll be facing in Paris the exact same direction of the Statue of Liberty. Why is it there? Because the United States and France are best friends. Well, try to be best friends, and they offered them the Statue of Liberty to France, as Paris offered the Eiffel Tower to Las Vegas, where you can find the Eiffel Tower over there. Another fun fact about the city of Paris. Did you know the Eiffel Tower is not the most visited place in the city? Which one is it? Yeah, you might have known, or you might not know. The most visited place in Paris is the Cathedral of Notre Dame, or it was until now, because since that accident that happened recently with the cathedral. Now it's closed for construction. But until now, or until then, it was the most visited place in Paris, and it's a wonderful place to see, to visit, to take pictures. The architecture is beautiful, so if you're going to Paris, you have to visit this place. Still talking about the Cathedral of Notre Dame, did you know that the bell itself is so heavy, and it's equivalent of 3 elephants together? Yeah, that's true. The bell of the cathedral weighs 13 tons, so imagine 13 tons hanging up there and ringing all those beautiful noises that you can hear of the bell. It's really impressive how construction is so efficient, and you can see stuff that you'll never think about. Well, visiting Paris in summer? Don't worry, Paris has a beach. Yeah, you might not believe it, but it's true. Paris has the beach. It's a really small beach that you can lay down and enjoy the sun, but it's really crowded. Since the beach is really small and it's really by the river, there's really not a place to lay down if you don't go early. But if you're lucky enough, you may enjoy a little bit of ice cream and a little bit of sand and pretending that you're in a beautiful beach and unique beach in the world. So why not try that in Paris if you're going to Paris in the summer? So you're passing through Paris and suddenly you see this big pointy thing in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's called a sundial, and it's one of the biggest one in the world. The Parisians really ignored this fact, but it's true. They are positioned in one of the biggest sundials in the world, and it actually has 23 meters high, and it's placed in this beautiful square where you have this big wheel that you can actually visit and see the city of Paris. I did it myself. It's really a thing to do. So I do advise you to do this and explore a little bit of Paris. So now talking about my travel experience in Paris. I normally go to Paris often when I can and visit stuff that I have never visited, or probably redo stuff that I have done. For example, the Eiffel Tower is one of the most interesting places to go, where you can go by elevator or you can go by foot. Yeah, you can climb the Eiffel Tower over 1,000 steps to the top. It's a long walk, but it's something nice to do. Another thing that we went to visit when I went to Paris, for example, is the Louvre. And the outside of the Louvre, you can do those beautiful shots where you put your finger like this and you're on the top of the Louvre. Or actually, if you go inside, you'll see the Louvre upside down. It's true. That is something you can do. I'll post a picture right here of that, what you see inside of the Louvre. And inside the Louvre, you can find Mona Lisa as well. Another thing to do in Paris is to visit the Basilica of the Sacré-Cœur. That is something else to visit. You can see Paris view like really far away, and it's a nice viewing of the city. One thing it's a must to do in Paris is if you go to Basilica de Sacré-Cœur, you have to go and see Moulin Rouge. It's a plus 18, I'll say, street, but it's something different that you can see in Paris and visit this section as well. And then why not go to Paris and visit, of course, everyone's dream, Disneyland Paris. So I went to Disneyland Paris and I visited a little bit of it. I went on some roller coasters. I enjoyed my day. It was wonderful. Of course, one day is not enough. In one day, I probably did 4 attractions, 3 attractions. It was a Saturday, so try to avoid weekends when you go there. But of course, it's beautiful, it's magical. You feel like a kid when you go there. I'll leave some videos of Disneyland after this, and I want to share you my experience. It's not like attraction videos, will be more like the main building of Disneyland, the show at night and stuff like that. So I'll leave you with that and some pictures, and we'll be right back. So yeah, this is basically it about Paris. So if you're traveling to Paris, don't forget these tips and advices about Paris, these fun facts about the city as well. Tell me what you think about this video. Did it help you learn a little bit more about Paris? Would you go to Paris in the near future? And how was this video about it? Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and of course share this video as much as you can with your friends if you're planning to do a trip to France. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you really soon in the near future. Bye bye guys, and stay safe.